Bill Maher is correct about the for-profit health system we have in this country. And at the same time, he wants to shit on Luigi Mangione. So you try explaining the logic of that.
Because Bill Maher doesn't really give a shit about the single payer. He just thinks everybody should have access. Like if we should have a public option would probably be as far as he'd go anyway.
Yeah. And so the solution is only single payer. There is nothing else. But you cannot ignore what's actually going on with the Mangione story as it continues to grow in leaps and bounds.
The plot thickens. Is that where we're going to go now?
So what Bill Maher is doing is the traditional uber upper-class liberal position, which is it'd be nice to have healthcare in this country, but we just can't have it. And we can't go around shooting people in order to get it. So here's what Mr. Bill Maher had to say.
One hopeful thing did happen when we were on our break. A health insurance executive got shot in the back on the street in broad daylight. And the kids couldn't love the guy who did it anymore if he was the leader of a terrorist organization. That's right.
You're an idiot, Bill.
Jen, he still has to suck off his Zion Nazi brigade in the Beverly Hills community. I mean,
I can't stand that he's a fellow pothead because it's like he's a disgrace to my people.
Oh, it does seem like he's drinking a lot more these days than he's.
I'd like to think he was more a drinker than a pot smoker because he does not do my people justice at all.
Well, I told you, it's those glasses. It's the glasses.
It's the glasses?
Last December, 26-year-old Luigi Mangione, fed up with the healthcare system in America, stalked and murdered UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson, thereby raising awareness of the problem of insurance companies denying people's claims.
Got you talking
Lord
about
knows that is a problem. People are justifiably sick and tired of paying through the nose only to get the runaround and a mountain of forms to fill out and, yes, infuriating claim denials based on petty technicalities. I guess my question is, why shoot just the insurance guy? The profit margin for the U.S. health insurance industry is only 2.2%. For drug companies, it's over 65%. And for hospitals, it's really hard to say what it is because their accounting is done by the Corleone family. Okay, a guy from the insurance industry is dead. That's great. But he's not the one who decided that the box of Kleenex next to your hospital bed costs $60. Hospitals set the prices that insurers pay, and costs vary wildly. The same procedure can cost up to 10 times more, not just with...
Why do hospitals set those high prices, though, Bill? Do you know?
Because it's a for-profit free market system, and you can kill people in order to make a profit.
Yes, but the prices of things did not start to get to the insane level that they are now until the insurance companies started controlling what everyone can and cannot give patients and do. And hospitals and other places have found that they can overcompensate for things by raising prices on stuff to compensate for shit that they have to deal with the insurance companies. So it's like a chicken and an egg. I'm not saying the hospitals aren't problematic, but I'm just saying it is also tied to the insurance companies.
Within the same city or same state, within the same hospital. Here's what's so interesting about this. The reaction from different generations. Older people think it's bad to shoot a guy in the street. But 41% of 18 to 29-year-olds say it's completely or somewhat acceptable.
This 54-year-old
find
thinks
it so extra. Which confirms something I wish wasn't true, but unfortunately is about, certainly not all, but too many Gen Zers. They're fucking stupid.
I think he just hates getting old. And he likes taking it off. He likes taking it out on people 40, 50 years younger than him, unless it's a woman he wants to fuck. In that case, his opinion changes. But
well, of course, but I find it funny because I've been watching him long enough that this is the way he used to speak about the people that were older. Sort of like they have no idea, they're so out of touch, and now he is those people mocking the people. Like he's pathetic. He is such a cliche.
When you think about when he was at his peak in the mid 2000s, when he nailed Bush to the wall, and he used to have George Carlin on his. Could you imagine if Carlin was still here, what he would think of Maher at this point?
He'd be ripping him into myself. See, here's the thing: what I would say to Bill, if the Gen Zs are morons, it's because they were raised by your generation. They were given the education that your people put into place as policy. That was the education.
And so here I am again, feeling like an old school liberal at odds with the new politics of the far left, because it wasn't that long ago when liberals thought shooting people who don't share your politics was bad, or at least a microaggression. Doesn't pumping someone full of lead verge dangerously close to mansplaining? And what about gun control? When Sarah Palin posted a map with crosshairs on the districts of House Democrats she hoped to defeat in 2010, liberals went nuts. But now vigilantism is okay when it's someone you want dead?
Exactly,
And
Henry.
where does all this lead? Both parties having death squads? So, Luigi, I say to you, good luck in prison where being handsome always makes you popular.
What a smug piece of shit.
Well, that was the statement that I'm just like, so he's hoping he gets ass raped in prison, is what he said.
No, he's not hoping that. He's just mocking the concept of it. But yeah, and I've said this before, somebody like Luigi is very high on the prison pecking order anyway. But yeah, I still don't think they're going to be able to convict him. So
Finish it.
And congratulations on being a folk hero. But just know, you're not Robin Hood. You're not a hero. You're a typical member of your generation, too lazy to do the work to really understand an issue, but happy to pose as a social justice warrior for it.
it makes me want to punch him.
And that's where, you know what I think? I think Bill's jealous of Luigi. I think there's an inherent jealousy.
I don't know if it's just of him in particular, but if somebody that had some balls to actually do something. And for him
Bill
to
has
say
no
that they
balls.
didn't do anything, of course it did. It had you talking about it, doesn't it? And clearly worked.
What might have been, Phil? What might have been?
What if Luigi's parents had named him Israel?
Luigi stood up and did something. It's that simple. He did.
And Bill punched up. He punched up, and that is something that I will always respect.
How is it that Bill can get it so right in the first half and so wrong in the second half? It's exactly what I've been saying for the longest time. And this is what makes liberals worse than conservatives. Liberals want you to believe that they actually care about your needs. When in reality, as stupid stuff would say, it's all about money and power.
Yeah.
Nothing more.
I'm just so sick of the labels, like that he refers to the rat. Like, what did he say? The what left? What did he call?
The far left.
Far left. What far left?
The far left wants health care?
There is no far left. Not in electoral politics, there's not a far left. The far left people that I know don't participate in electoral politics.
That's a good question, Chuck. We have to put that out there.
To me,
I will say this.
It's not a great name. It's not a great name.
Oh,
it's got the
it's
Donkey Kong. It's a little too cliche Italian sounding, but also there's the Donkey Kong reference. I mean, I don't know. I'm not into it. Okay. So what were your thoughts on Bill?
So as I said, I think he got the first half right. He definitely used his platform correctly to identify the for-profit nonsense that is the private insurance, private hospital, big pharma conglomerate that spends more money than any conglomerate in this country lobbying Capitol Hill.
I think he downplayed the insurance aspect and made it be like they're just doing their job.
And when he talks about their margins only being
insurance executive, they're not making as much money as these people. Are you here? Like, that's that kind of thing. Like, who's your favorite president? What's your favorite venereal disease? How many people? Like, these are ridiculous things to be discussing.
The other thing that Bill is not addressing, which is a huge problem, and it's disingenuous the way that he framed it, is to suggest that, yes, are the insurance companies overall making a margin of about 2.2%? It's probably right. Do you forget that they are publicly traded companies and that there are people making billions of dollars a year off of the for-profit health system that is traded on the NASDAQ? Like, do you forget that happens?
No, well, it's that, but it's also, again, it's another stupid comparison. It's like the people saying, well, why'd you kill this CEO? He's not the highest paid. As if there would be a better calculus in terms of who to go after. No, they're all filthy. They're all committing violence. Again, I don't view what he did as an acting randomly in cold blood. He shot somebody who's constantly committing violence.
And just as Watch said, we're all free Luigi here. You know why, Bill? Because Luigi represents the overwhelming majority of this country who are done with the for-profit health system. They will not participate in it. They will not give it another breath, and they shouldn't. You want to arrest me? Arrest me. I advocate for everybody to stop paying for their for-profit health.
Yeah. Well, no, and again, we have to reconsider what we see as violence and what they're doing, what the insurance companies are doing, what pharmaceutical companies are doing is violent.
I think what Bill Maher said is violence. I think what Bill Maher said is violence.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I have no qualms about that. But you know what, Bill? Thank you for giving us this brilliant piece of material, because when we clip it, it'll be seen by thousands, if not tens of thousands of people, and they will be continued to be reminded of why we need a single-payer system in this country.
Yes.
We are the only developed country on earth that doesn't have it.
Yeah, we'll use him just for that clip.
Of course.
Him talking about, yeah, for sure.